Liverpool lose their fourth game in a row, and this one was the worst of the lot because this one is against Manchester United. This one hurts the most. 1 second, don't know what's up with the camera there. This one hurts the most. It really does hurt the most. This one is the one that where you can see the crash outs online. You can see the people not happy with Arne Slot, and rightly so. And I'm going to address certain things with calmness. I want to address certain things with professionalism a little bit because I just think right now there's been a lot of extremes on both sides. There's people that are crashing out to the point where they're Arne Slot out. For me, I don't agree with that. Arne Slot has enough in the bank, enough credit in the bank to not have his name being called out at the moment. He did win the Premier League last season, obviously with one signing made. On the same hand as well, there's also people on the other side that fail to dare criticise Arne Slot, dare say anything bad about Arne Slot, dare question his tactics, dare question his decisions. And right now, you've got to see in the middle here. For me, you've got to see in the middle. Yes, no one, for me, in my opinion, no one really should be Arne Slot out. No one should be going to that extreme. And I understand the frustrations, absolutely, because I am absolutely frustrated myself. But on the other hand, the toxic positivity at the same time saying we can't criticise, people crashing out, having got people online for criticising. For me, you are a big problem as well. For me, there's two different sides to this, and there's a middle to be had in every single argument. There's always a middle. There's always a balanced view. Right now, Arne Slot needs to take the criticism, and Arne Slot needs to start looking in the mirror currently, because what I'm seeing from him right now is not just the decisions I'm seeing. It's not just the tactics I'm seeing. It's much more than just the tactics and the decisions I'm seeing with Arne Slot. It's the excuses afterwards as well. And these sort of things that Arne Slot is saying, Liverpool fans would be jumping on it if it was someone else's manager. They would be laughing at other fans if it was a different manager. This is why we need to keep the same manager. If we say another manager from another club can't react like this and have these excuses, then why should we accept that our manager has these excuses? Talking about long balls, talking about breaking Man United down is difficult. It's bollocks. These long balls. You're not setting up to deal with these long balls. That's the issue. Our issues right now come from our management and come from our coaching. Yes, individuals absolutely need to improve. Mohamed Salah needs to improve. Gakpo needs to improve. McAllister needs to improve. Kirkes needs to improve. But even then, if they're needing to improve, they're still getting played week in, week out at the same time as that. So whilst they're needing to improve, how can they expect to get a kick up the backside when they're not getting that? Arne Slot's playing these same players week in, week out. So, and for me, what the worrying thing is here, what the worrying thing about yesterday is, good evening, Bourbon Cap. Good evening. Hope you're well. Hope you're well as well. Hope you're doing a little bit better than yesterday. I also can see the flaws and rectify them as soon as possible. Sometimes I think it's just a bit stubborn and not taking certain accountability. For the first time in a long time, I hate watching football. Slot is killing us with his style of football and doing the slow, boring passing and deaf to football. I think what worried me most yesterday, out of everything, the fact that we had 2 weeks off. We had 2 weeks off from football. We had 2 weeks for Arne Slot to see the issues, to address the issues, to change up systematically, to change up the team a little bit. We're 2 weeks off. We're 2 weeks off to address this. And what did we see when we come back? The same team. The same lineup against Chelsea. The same system. The same tactics. He's had 2 weeks to look at that and still not changed anything. We as fans, we don't have coaching badges. We don't need coaching badges. I've watched football my whole life. I've played football my whole life. I don't need coaching badges to know about football. Football, I've lived and breathed football my whole life. If us as fans can see the tactic issues, the systematic issues, then why can't Arne Slot see this? We keep talking about, Arne Slot should see this. He will see this. Surely he'll see this. And I've been saying this on here. I said, of course he'll see this. At the end of the day, he's a great tactician. Welcome in, Reese.
What's happening, Dave?
So yeah, I'm basically saying there, the worrying thing about it all is, I'll go over what I just said. The worrying thing about it all is the fact that we had 2 weeks off and we saw the same again. We saw the same team, we saw the same system, we saw the same tactics. And then I'm thinking to myself, I've been saying, look, Arne Slot surely should see what we're seeing as fans. We know we ain't got coaching badges, but we know football. We're seeing big holes in the middle. We're not creating many chances to our strikers. We're seeing Salah too far wide. We're seeing Gakpo coming inside and shooting constantly. We're seeing Kirkes coming inside when he's not on the inside fullback. We're seeing so many different things. But yet, I just can't understand why Arne Slot isn't seeing it.
I think he can, but I think he's doubling down. I think there's arrogance there. Because he won the league last year. He is Dutch as well. Dutch managers, even players, known to be quite arrogant. You can hear a lot of the time how he speaks. He's quite confident, but he dismisses a lot of things. Doesn't really take accountability. That's what I want to kind of see him do a bit more. Like, no one's perfect. If you get something wrong, hold your hands up. Whereas, I hate to go back to Klopp, but Klopp always kind of took accountability. If anything, he took too much accountability at times, because there was times when it wasn't. It was nothing to do with him. It was the players, but he would always protect them, and he would say, "Oh, it was my tactics, or I got this wrong," that kind of thing. Whereas, really, from the Palace game, really, you got to kind of move away from that formation, because we don't have the right personnel. For me, if you're going to play in that way, we need proper wingers. And for me, Gakpo and Salah, you're not going to get that, because they very rarely take on their man. They always kind of want to cut in. They want to cut inside and get closer to the goal. They both kind of play like they're the main striker. Whereas you want wingers that are a bit more elusive, have a bit more string to their both. Wingers that can go inside and outside, kind of unpredictable. A bit like how Salah and Mane were in that era, where you kind of weren't sure what they were going to do, but you knew that it's dangerous, it's scary, it's like defenders can have that fear. So obviously I'm not slot out, I'm not doing all of that. Yeah, obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion. I know a lot of people are doing that, so I think you still got to give him more time. But I am watching the next 5 games closely, because for me, you got to try something different, and we're not protecting enough. See how we've spoke about this before about the 6. It was nice that it worked with Gravenberch last year, but what you've done is you've it's not even like you've kept it the same, where he's protecting the defense. You're kind of moving him forward, and then what? So McAllister or someone else has to be the one who's deeper. So that doesn't make no sense for me. Whereas, don't get me wrong, if you look at the profiles we bought, yeah, it looks like we had an amazing window. And I'm not saying it can't be that, depending on how the season goes. Obviously, right now it's not looking good, but I think there's some areas we didn't address that we should have addressed. I think with the striker situation, I think we should have only got one of Ekitike or Isak. I don't think we needed both. I know it sounds great. Oh yeah, we got both of them, like for like. But when you think about it realistically, you're kind of giving yourself more of a dilemma, which is what's happening now. It's not FIFA for me. I don't know, unless he tries playing them together and see what that's like. But I don't think, if you're looking at it honestly, right now Isak shouldn't be playing. I don't think that he's not ready. I just think he's not been good enough. I don't think we can use this excuse of fitness, because Slot said he's ready now. He had 1 or 2 chances. He should have really put them away. When Ekitike came on, we looked a lot more fluent. And I've been saying that I rate Isak as a player, but I think he's more of a goal scorer. You kind of we
need to play to his strengths, and this is why I'm looking at the recruitment now. We all said we had a good window. We knew we had a good window of the players that we wanted.
Yeah.
But the players that we got in I don't know what system we're playing for. We bought for a system because it doesn't seem like we bought for a system.
I think there's systems we can try, but some people might not want to. Free at the
That's what
back.
I'm saying, but the system that we're using now is not for the players that we
Oh,
bought. It
it's
makes
not.
no sense.
I think there's systems we can play that. I think even 4-4-2 you could play, or whether it's 4-4-2 off the ball, or I think he did something last year where there was times we used to have I don't know if it was 4-3-3 attacking, and then he would kind of go into a 4-4-2 off the ball. I think he kind of needs to go back to that where we're protected off the ball. It needs to be more tight, compact. And for me, he needs to not be afraid to drop players, because last year he wasn't. When he needed to drop someone or he needed to change something, he changed it. Whereas now, it's like he's set with the players that seem his favorites. But it's like, how can players be your favorites after 1 year? I know we won the league, but it's not like you've been in 3-4 years and they've won multiple trophies under you. It's been 1 year, so you shouldn't be that comfortable to think, yeah, this one's definitely playing. Whether he's my tried and trusted, whether he's playing well or not. Because for me, I hate to keep speaking about this, isn't but Salah has to get dropped for me. And I don't mean one game and then you bring him back in. He has to be dropped for a few games. Isak dropped for Ekitike. Chiesa, what's Chiesa got to do to get a game? Because when I'm seeing Chiesa come on yesterday, he's not only looking dangerous going forward, but he's working for the team. Did you see one or two of the times, Dame, where he came back and tracked back and slide tackled and won the ball? I know Mo's a legend and he will forever be a legend. Great player and he's done a lot for us. But for me, we got to think about the now. I think a lot of the time we do too much of this credit in the bank. This one did this one did that. For me, no player is bigger than Liverpool. McAllister's another one. People have been saying his fitness and stuff, but he played for something's not right there. But he played for Argentina and scored a couple goals. Maybe they played him in a different position. Slots maybe not playing him in the right position, but something looks off. He's either overweight or he's just not in good form. For me, Vert should be playing instead of him. I'm not saying he was amazing, but we looked more connected when he made the subs of bringing on Frimpong, bringing on Verts, bringing on Ekitike. Who else was there? I'm trying to think of that. Not sure who the other one.
Jones came on.
Jones is another one for me who should be playing, because for me, if you want to play possession based, Jones is one of the best players at keeping the ball, especially under pressure. Sometimes I know he has lapses, but most of the time you look at him this season, there's games there. Newcastle was one of the reasons why we won that game. I think he played for England. I can't remember when, but I think Tuchel played him in a kind of hold him where you kind of control the game and dictate, and he got man the match. For me, he's not using all the squad. So it's not like, it's kind of hard to stick up for you, Slot, because it's not like you're trying different formations, trying different players. You're playing the same, and then when it goes wrong, you throw the kitchen sink at it by bringing everyone on later.
Yeah, there's no thought. It's like there's no thought process in it. And I said to someone
Yeah.
yesterday, I think it feels like towards the end, it feels like Slot's winging it. It feels like he's winging it.
Exactly, that's it exactly. On the head. It feels like I just don't understand the arrogance either, because obviously he seems like he's getting irritated in press conference because they're asking him about players not playing well, but it's like they're right to ask these things. We're meant to be the Premier League champions. Liverpool have an expectation. Obviously, Verts went for a period where he weren't. I'm not saying he's setting it alight, but for me, I think he should be playing. I think he's been doing a lot better than someone like a McAllister.
I couldn't believe Verts on the bench yesterday.
This is what I'm trying to say. This is a big game here, and like what you said, it's strange that you had 2 weeks and it's like you haven't tried anything in training. I heard he was in Dubai, so I don't know. Like, how serious are you taking this?
Someone said that in the chat. Someone said that in the chat. I don't know if that was even. I don't know if that's true. I also saw people saying it online that I was in Dubai. Anyone can have a break and things like that, but I think it's timing as well. Like, if you can go for a break, maybe in the Christmas time, like your team's lost for it. I don't know if this is true though. I don't know if it's true. I need to know if it's true first. But if it is true, and if he did go to Dubai and have a break, whatever, then for me, I don't think it's
bad timing. I
think you should always prioritize family. I think you should always prioritize family and family time. But I just think losing 3 in a row, I think you should be in there, get it sorted, work on it, and then it's an hard one. Because I do prioritize. Family should always be prioritized first. Always.
I had to hear it, but if I asked you, Dame, based on how your mentality is, and you want to be a winner, you want to be successful, Not saying you're not going to prioritize family, but isn't that in the back of your head going to be scratching your head that I got to try and work on some things? You've got 2 weeks there. You could do a couple days family, but you should be trying to work on some things with the coaches. You got to ask other people their opinions. The people around you, do you have people around you that can call you out, or they can have a different opinion to you, or does it all have to be? How do we know? You see what I'm trying to say? And even with the players as well, I think you need to be able to. The players should be able to say something to you, and you not take it. Or if you're having a proper discussion, we need to, talk about things. I think the players. That's why I said the players got to be held accountable too, because we got senior players here like Mo, like Virgil, Robinson. Obviously, I know Robinson hasn't been playing. I think potentially he might have to start playing just because of that leadership. I think there's a lack of leadership on the pitch. I think they're missing Ali, obviously. Konate is a senior player. McAllister technically now as well. Graven Birch, that's their second or third season. I think players got to stand up too. Whereas I feel a lot of the time when things are not going well for us, the players don't use their initiative. For me, when I play football, I don't know about you, Dane, but if the manager's got tactics and it's not working, I'm on the pitch talking to the rest of the players. We got to change something here.
This is one thing I picked up. Yes, when I messaged you all yesterday saying, I can't believe what I've just seen with the midfield situation.
Yeah.
And I showed you the picture. The picture about it was like 39 minutes in when Kirkers had the ball, and he had the ball and he was looking in the middle of the park, and the whole middle of the park was just empty. All our three midfielders were pushing up.
So Bazalai was telling Kirkers, he's giving instructions. Pass, and it's like that. There was no pass on. Like you're in the midfield. You should be.
I just thought, right. That's bad tactics from Slot. Anyway, number one, that's bad tactics from Slot.
Yeah.
As a midfielder myself, especially I played in DM many times. I'm playing centre mid. I'm dropping back into that space. I'm asking for the ball. Give me that ball, and that's what you do, especially a DM. You drop back into that space. But I don't know if we're even playing a DM now. Is it just the fact that are the players not wanting to do that, go against Slot's tactics, or are they wanting to? I don't know. I don't know why none of them drop back there, and that is a big problem. That's why right now we are struggling defensively. That's why we're struggling to build up any sort of meaningful attacks, because that's where your players are. And I don't like. I've been saying it for 2 times. I don't like how Slot and I don't like how football's going with defenders being the controllers of games.
Yeah.
Defenders, for me, are not the controllers of games. Yes, they can pass a bit better now. They're better on the ball, and so they can control parts of it. And for me, midfielders should always be the controllers of the game. They're the smartest players on the pitch, the best players on the pitch. They're the ones dictating the game. And that's where we're getting hit. And Manchester United, after the game, I don't know who it was after the game that said, our weakness is fullback.
The lit was the one.
Came out and said that. And the fact that, Man United have seen that, and we've already had Chelsea Kukurea come out and say that this is our weakness and this and that.
Yeah.
And yet we're not changing it up. We're not changing anything.
Exactly.
It's really worrying.
Address the common denominator. What's worrying as well is there's not really patterns of play. So if you look, one of our centre backs get the ball, you're either looking to give it to like a Graven Birch, or someone to come from deep from the midfield, but other teams have clocked onto that now. So a lot of the time, that's not always working. If that doesn't work, they're kind of giving it to Kirkes. No one's making themselves available. Players are hiding. So it's like you're not confident, you don't trust the system. Like
I don't think. Should I go ahead? See what who is it said here? Today, this goes on to what you're saying now. Good evening, gents. My still Mars. I always feel like Alan Slot is looking for such a idealistic, perfect build-up style. It's time to work against the team, and I miss heavy metal football. But then also, Tony said here, down here, what is our actual system?
I don't. That's what I'm trying to say. I couldn't tell you what the system is. I feel like there's that identity crisis there. But I do think I understand he wants to do possession. I just think I know last year it kind of worked, the slow build-up, because we was more compact. But I feel it's like he's carried on the slow build-up, but he's made us less compact. It's like we're more open, and it's kind of like we've got these amazing attacking creative players now. It's like we're just going to get the ball to them, and then they're going to do the rest. Whereas for me, football's never as easy as that.
Yeah.
You got an art to defend off the ball. You got an art to... Same way you got an art to attack, you got an art to defend. Each player's got to know their roles. If someone comes out of position, someone else has got to work for them. And we look very individual, because a lot, especially our forwards, Gakpo's doing it on his own. Salah try and do it on his own. Isak on his own. When Ekitike come on, you can see he's irritated because he's been dropped out of the team the last couple of weeks unfairly. So he's trying to do it on his own. They're all kind of doing it on their own. Like, don't get me wrong, the last 20 minutes, half an hour was nice to see some fluidity, but it's still, we don't look like a team. That's why I said that he potentially he might have to, for me, you kind of need to look in the mirror and you need to go back to basics. It's about, for me, getting results. No one's saying you can't play this way, but you can't play this way until you get the right personnel. And for me, you need to be more protected. Why have you gone away from being compact? And I do think he's introduced all the new players too quickly. Whereas I don't want to keep mentioning Klopp, but someone who's a bit more experienced, when he used to buy new players, he didn't bed them in straight away. He made sure they were up to speed. So Isak is like, because of how much he costs, you just see it as, now I'm just going to drop Ekitike and put him in now. Whereas I'm just going to get him up to match fitness by playing him. Whereas Ekitike is playing well. Isak don't come in. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how much you cost. He has to wait. You get 20 minutes here and there, but Ekitike set the ground alight.
You know, it
Chiesa,
reminds me of this. You know, this reminds me of what Willem said here, throwing a kitchen sink at teams.
yeah.
20 minutes. It reminds me of when I used to be on Foot Manager when I was 8. You know, we used to stick, fuck it, put back three and stick everyone up front.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works because it's Foot Manager, just as a video game, but it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, in real football, the odd game here and there that can work when you're trying to throw. Say if your normal tactics haven't worked and you're trying to throw everything at it, and but you can't do that every game. You can't do that every game. For me, like I said, it's like I said, the season is not done. I'm not really looking at the league, to be honest. Like I said, because it's just based, because I don't see him. I see him getting it wrong more before he gets it right, based off what I heard in the press conference. He doesn't sound like so unless that's just the ego and he doesn't want to be publicly criticized. But I'm not sure, unless the players are saying anything. I think it's going to be worse before it gets better. But all he needs to do is tweak a few things, make us a bit more compact, try and work on different systems, try and play to player strengths. Why do you keep playing Kirkes and Bradley both inverted? Trent is no longer here. Like, you should have kept hold of Trent. Trent wanted to go. Like, Trent's gone. So for me, Frimpong, if you thought buying Frimpong, and this is no criticism of him, buying Frimpong was going to be like for Trent, it's not. It's not. Like, it just looks like we're in a transition, but it just looks like we're nowhere near it. The players don't even really look like they're up for it, because if you look at the Virgil yesterday, I know he's been great majority of the season, but that game yesterday, the way he kind of let that goal go in, he kind of made it, that was his man, and he just said to Kanate, you go after him. That's when you got things like that, it makes you think the players are not really at the races, sort of thing. So obviously you can still, things can change, and all it takes is one victory. But for me, he kind of has to, the ego, he kind of, like I'm trying to say, he kind of has to come down.
He's taking accountability.
That's what I'm sure. He's got to come down and look at it and be like, look, I got to go back to trying to keep things tight, play to player strengths, use Kirkes and Frimpong as wing backs. You see, when Frimpong came on, he was getting crosses in. It's like, what's the guy got to do to play? And even when he did bring him on, you still had Szoboszlai at right back. When you're making a change, for me, why don't you just do, for me, if you're taking Virgil or Kanate off, you feel one of them's not playing well, Gomez comes on. If you're taking Bradley off, Frimpong. If you're taking Salah off, Chiesa. If you're taking Isak off, Ekitike. Not these forcing things. If you're taking McAllister off, or Szoboszlai, or Gravenberch, bring Curtis Jones on. Like, he's not even doing like for like changes. He's just kind of put all the players
winging it. Like I said earlier, it feels like he's winging it. I mean, he went to 4-2-4 yesterday, and he went a midfield 2 with Curtis Jones and Wirtz.
Yeah,
What the fuck was that about?
Even that's what I'm saying. Even though we had them pinned back, you got to bear in mind that United, that's the way they set up to play.
Great players. Man, got great players. Regardless of the Liverpool fans think or not, Man got some very, very good players. We showed that yesterday.
But I'm saying it looked great, but in the second half, because we had them pinned back. But their style, their setup is the counter and to sit in. That's their style. If they were playing another team whose style wasn't that, we were so open. there because you're kind of doing basketball. Let's put 4 up there and just have 2 in the midfield. So, like I said, he needs a reality check slot. It's not impossible, but every game I'm seeing, it's more frustrating because you're not trying anything different. You're not addressing. You're not working on any of the issues. You just think that your way's gonna work because we just have to. You know what I mean? Like, how many points do you want to be behind? If you're not careful here, you might have a problem of trying to challenge for top 4. Forget about league.
I know we're fourth now. I know
So,
it's early on in the season, but right now, when does the next win come?
yeah,
That's what I've been asking myself. You know, where we're
I
playing
wouldn't
now.
hold my breath when it comes to Brentford anyway. I think
Someone said, you know what? I think Bevan Coppett said in the chat. He said, you know, do you expect changes on Wednesday? Well, I expected changes going to Man United. He said 2 weeks to look at it.
Yeah,
2 weeks to look at it, and it was the same team, same formation, same style of play. Nothing had changed. So,
yeah.
do I think it will change? I haven't a clue anymore. And this is why I went into the game. I did the preview with Kojo on Friday, I think we did. And I did the Premier League predictions with Nige on Saturday. Was it
Friday,
Saturday morning?
Friday, no?
Maybe Friday, and yeah, and I did the Thursday with Kojo the preview. And I came into the game saying, look, I think we'll win 2-1. And I said to Kojo, I think we'll win 2-1. That's based on the sheer players we've got, the sheer talent we've got. But I can't stick my chest out and say we'll win this.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe there were Liverpool fans out there genuinely thinking there's no other way but a win for Liverpool. They actually, and then the shock this weekend, like I can't believe I actually lost that. Like, how does it shock you? Like, have you actually been watching us?
Yeah.
It doesn't shock me.
No, it was a must-win game, but I knew from when I saw the starting lineup, I knew there was a problem here because it was the same lineup. And then I was on my way home, so I hadn't even got home yet, and I was trying to listen to some of the game, and we were already 1-0 down after a couple minutes. So I was like, these are not serious. A couple minutes. It's even stuff like that. Game management. Last year we controlled games very well, managed games, made the right subs at the right times, tweaked the tactics if we needed to. Now we don't control games. It's very much like against Chelsea, it was you attack, I attack. Against United, it was a little bit like that. We were kind of attacking more, but they had something to hold on to. And then when they did attack, why is it we don't look like we know how to defend set pieces? Because anytime a cross comes in, it's like this is what I'm trying to say. It's like basic. It's basic. A lot of the things there is basic stuff. It's not like rocket science. It's basic. Not working as a team.
We're putting smaller players like McAllister and Maguire makes no sense. Like a smaller player and a bigger player. That's just like that's common sense more than football knowledge.
Yeah.
You match your heights. You do it amateur football. We don't have set piece coaches at amateur football. We just say, you mark that guy, I'll mark this guy. Here's my height. I'm a smaller guy, so I'm not going to be in the box. He's on the edge of the box for counter.
And I hate to say this, I've been saying this for years. Even on the clock, we're too nice. When we play, we don't have that nastiness. I think we had it a little bit more when we had the workman midfield, a bit more aggressive kind of thing with Wijnaldum, Henderson, Milner, Fabinho. But I just think we're too nice. A lot of the time, don't get me wrong, United, there was a couple nasty tackles, but we're kind of soft. Like people kind of bully us a bit, and then we're kind of like, oh, you're kind of playing to the ref's whistle. Whereas roll your sleeves up, like you're playing Man United. This game's gonna, it's like a derby, Everton. So you got to let teams know if someone's gonna land one on you, cool. I'm not saying straight away back, but let them know. Like, I don't think we have that nitty gritty. It's very much pretty footballers. That's why we need. I know people that some of my fans might disagree, but that's why I think we need a 6.
We need a 6 regardless. We need a 6 regardless.
Destroyer. I'm not saying I wouldn't take one that's good in the ball, but I want someone who's a bit nasty. Even centre backs, get some centre backs that are not afraid to be nasty. You need to have that like about you kind of thing. Whereas a lot of our players is very pretty, very good in the ball. It's like when things are going our way, great. When it's not, the players are looking at the ref or they're looking at each other like, oh, he tackled me too hard, or he's being too aggressive, or that's unfair. It's football. Like for me, I'm here to win at any cost. Obviously, I want to play nice football, but it's about the result. So a lot of the things is basics. You got to get back to basics. We'll see. For me, what happens based on the lineup will tell me what I need to know during the week, kind of thing. But all it takes is one win for me, and he just needs to drop the ego. No one's saying you can't come back to this formation in a year's time, or when the players are some of the new players are a bit more settled, you buy a couple other pieces to fill the kind of pegs in the team. But right now, you need to kind of play in a way that makes us not so open, even if it means we're a bit more defensive. I know you like to play nice football, but for me, you need to get results right now, because it's not like.
Yeah, we do need to play better football, though. We do need to play a better performance, because we've been getting results for the season.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is we need to be more compact. He's there. Looks
Yeah.
like he's kind of playing pretty football is more important than the result. Whereas for me, we got to be more compact. We got to work as a team. So if that means, I'm not saying you don't play nice football, but you're not as open and on the offensive for the whole game. You're tight, you're compact. You have your moments where you're going to attack, like how we did last year. We kind of, in spells, it's like we kind of, remember he kind of set off teams for the first half, keep it tight, and then open up. That's what I say. There's got to be tactics. You can't just be, we're going to be open. We've got this player, Verts, we've got Isak, we've got Ekatike, we've got Salah. We're unstoppable. We're just going to go at them. Like they haven't got players. So for me, there's got to be tactics. You can't just be, we're just going to attack the whole game. You got to manage the game. You got to defend too. So
and this morning, I mean, I don't know if you watched the whole Klopp interview, but I think it was fantastic. It was nice to hear him the way he talks. I like how he laughed about Man United as well. But he talked about defense, and like he had everyone on the pitch defending for you, and it's all about leaving. How our players right now leaving their all on the pitch right now. No, and are they like they're working for the manager? It doesn't feel like they're working for the manager. And I go back to when I first saw Klopp for the first 6 months. Not even that. I meant 2, 3, 4 months. And I said to my United fans that I knew, I said, "We're going to win the league on the club. We're going to win the league on the club." I could tell the ways, but I could tell his system. I was thinking his personnel. I could tell already 2, 3 months of watching Klopp football, we can win the league. Yes, we won the league last season with Slot, but right now, if I'm sitting here right now and someone said, "This is Slot's first year, can you win the league on the Slot?" I'll honestly say no.
Yeah.
I can't see the system. I can't see what it's trying to do. I can't see, we've got talented players, also way better players than what Klopp inherited. We're not even on a different planet, you know what I'm saying? But I saw what Klopp wanted.
Yeah.
And this is what I've been saying about other managers as well. Man United, like with Ten Hag, for example, at Man United, I couldn't see his system. I don't know what Ten Hag football was.
Yeah.
So I never saw it worked. I can sort of see Amorim's system. Will they win the league under Amorim? I
can see his system.
I don't know. I can see Amorim actually go first. I don't know why Amorim gets a lot. I think he's stubborn. But I think Amorim's a very, very good coach.
I think he gets a stick though, because based where they finished last season, even though not all down to you, you had most of the season and you kind of kept it the same. Whereas Man United, even though they are rivals, and I want them. The misery, any type of misery they have is great, brings me joy. They should not be finishing 15th. So that's why I could understand that magnitude. But with us, I haven't watched all the interview. I've watched around an hour. But the thing with Klopp is, and he's similar to Ferguson when Ferguson was running United, they look at the person as their character. It's not just about can they play football.
He's a proper man.
If you listen to how Klopp was raised, you see when he was talking about he said he was on his way home and he saw a woman, he didn't say hello to her. His mum told him off and said, "Why did you not say hello?" It's about treating everyone with respect, making everyone feel appreciated. When Klopp came to the club, similar to Ferguson, they made everyone feel a part of the team. And Liverpool and Man United are teams that are like that, where they're cities, they're working class, where it's like you have what's it called? Every role counts, whether it's the dinner lady, whether it's the person who's the janitor. You make everyone, just make them know that you appreciate them. You know they're there.
And it shows to the players. On that pitch, you want your players to run a full bit wall for you.
This is what I'm saying. If you want to win a league, this is what you have to do. And our team just seems very distant. I know obviously what's happened with Jota. I'm not trying to use that as an excuse. That's going to play a part 100%, but they don't seem like a team. And for me, I think our experienced players need to stand up for me, because you lot know what the expectations are. So some of the other players, you have to give their head a wobble. Even some of them chat to Slot. That's what I said. They need to have honest conversations here where people leave their ego at the door. You're not going to be offended. You need to point out things, because if you look at that on the bench there, did you see Slot? Did you see not Slot? Did you see Vertz's face, and did you see Ekitike's face before they came on when they were on the bench? You can see they're both baffled as to why we on the bench.
Yeah, it's gonna start irritating them at some point.
You can
Yes,
see
I know you
that.
can't keep every player. You can't keep every player happy, but they're much happier being on the bench when the players in front of them performing.
Yeah, and the thing that's worrying a little bit more as well is that what plan did you sell to these players? Because obviously it was told that when you bought these players, guys like Verts and that, the system and how you was going to play them is what won them over. It don't seem like it doesn't seem like you're following through with that. It doesn't.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Right now, if McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch are all playing incredibly well, and like you can't break that midfield at all, then fair enough. But right now, as Florian Wirtz watching McAllister playing, I don't think McAllister's fully fit for mine. So I think something's not right with that. But I just think if you're Florian Wirtz sat on the bench, you've been bought for £100 million, you've played all right this season. You're not as bad as Virals like to make out.
Yeah.
You've created many chances. As Arne sort of keeps pointing out as well, created many chances, should be on this many assists. Why is he not playing?
Yeah.
Against a team that Anna sort of describes as hard to break down on low block.
Yeah.
Then why have you got your most, your £100 million creative player on the bench?
They didn't even play low block yesterday. That's what. And the other thing I was gonna say, Dame, is that I don't think he can go back to that midfield. You know why? Because you're not gonna get Salah from last season.
Yeah.
That was a wonderful. That was a wonderful season, but when you deep it, that shouldn't have really happened. When you think about his age, you see what I'm saying? And also you ain't got Trent. You ain't got Trent who's going to be able to find a pass, who's going to be able to cut through.
Yep.
So for me, that Gomez, see how that's the only thing I've noticed. He tried to go back to that midfield. That's not going to work because you ain't got the same personnel. You haven't got the same personnel now, so you can't go back to that. That's why I said for me, you can't see a McAllister, Gravenberch, or Szoboszlai. For me,
the only way I'd do that, mate, would be a 4-3-3. As in, like, it would be instead of wingers, I'd have 2 10s. I'd have Salah and Wirtz behind Isak. That's the only way I play that midfield, and have them midfield to control everything.
You're saying the 3 up front would be 2 10s and a striker?
2 10s behind a striker, yeah.
Okay, and then who would be the 3 in midfield though?
It would be those 3.
I wouldn't have them. I can't. For me, I'm going to stick to this. I don't think you can have McAllister and Wirtz in the same team. I really don't. I don't think you can. I think Curtis Jones has to come. He has to start getting more of a look in.
Even Curtis Jones on the left-hand side of the midfield.
Yeah.
On the right-hand side
I just think that possession, and I think Szoboszlai has to be in that midfield because of his work rate.
Yeah.
And that protection. And then it's just who you choose out of them. In terms of the 2 sitting, it's out of Gravenberch and Curtis Jones. And
you'd have to Gravenberch. Curtis Jones can't sit.
No, but I think he can sit with the right.
He can't sit.
If you've got 2 of them, Dame, if you've got 2, not 1, you've got 2, you can sit.
That's a swap. I still think Curtis Jones has that defensive mind.
He can do that because when he was playing, he's played that. He's good on the ball possession. When he played,
he's good on the ball, but not in that area.
No, when he played for England, I mentioned that to you earlier. When he played for England, he played in that position there, and he was controlling and dictating the game.
That was
from deep.
Who was next to him?
That was from deep. He was the one on his own.
21s. Are you talking on 21s?
He was the one on his own. No, this is when he played for. When he was.
Who did he have next to him there, and who was it against?
No one wasn't next to him. They were further forward. He was the one.
Who was it against?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't matter. I just gave you
against someone like Andorra. It matters massively.
Right, I just gave you an example of him doing it. You said he can't do it. Now you're changing the narrative.
No. He can't do it to a level. Like he can't do it in the Premier League.
He's good at with the ball possession. So where are you going to play Curtis Jones in the 10? He's not going to play the 10 because we've got 10.
I played Curtis Jones next to a defensive-minded player.
Huh? No, but this is my point.
I think we've got 4 8s.
No, but that's what I said to you. I said 2 sitting. We can't play the way we play right now. We can't play with just 1. It's not going to work. We need 2 sitting in front of the defense. We need that protection. We need 2. So what I'm saying is when you have 2, he could still be the one that's a bit more attacking minded. But what I'm saying is you have to have 2 sitting there defensively off the ball. We can't just have 1. That's part of our problem. One's not enough. And for me, McAllister, I would rather Curtis Jones in that position than McAllister. McAllister's got no legs. He can't run, save his life.
One's enough when you have a proper DM.
He can't run, McAllister, man. He's all over the shop, McAllister.
We need a proper DM.
And that's how how he even got hurt anyway, because he's in the wrong positions and you're getting hurt. You're not strong like that.
I was going to do play ratings, but I don't think it deserved any ratings after yesterday.
No, I wouldn't give player ratings. The only players who could hold their head up, and one of them is who been getting a lot of criticism, is Kanai. Kanai was played. He kind of helped Van Dijk out a lot. Even on the ball, Kanai was quite brave and trying to feed past into midfield.
I thought Szoboszlai was all right. I'm tired of Szoboszlai just getting.
No, he was all right. It's just he shouldn't be at right back.
Yeah,
I think even though Gakpo frustrates me, he was trying. You can see he was trying yesterday. Yes, I would like him to kind of consider his other teammates a bit more, but he was trying. I know he got his goals for some of them. Other sitters are a bit. How did you miss those? Unlucky with 1 or 2 in the post. That header, I don't know how he misses that.
Yeah.
That's frustrating. That stuff, that's one of the things. Taking off Isak when we haven't won the game. Whereas for me, that when we said we're screaming out for that direct play, a bit of directness to Isak. That ball comes in. That's what he's supposed to be there for. For me, if you've kept him on for 80 minutes, you might as well keep him on.
Which direct players coming on the pitch, like a Kiesa, like a Frimpong, who direct running at the players and getting in the box.
Yes, because that's what we started doing in the second half. Start putting the ball in a bit more. Doing a bit of 1-2 triangles and a bit of the around the corner, when the fullback goes round kind of thing. You kind of saw a little bit of style of play, but only Kanai, Gakpo, and I think the players that came on, Chiesa, for me, he has to get honourable mention. I've been screaming for him for the longest because he looks hungry to me. He looks sharp in training when you look at inside training, but he looks hungry. You could see that from the way he's running back to win the ball. He's kind of showing you, what have I got to do here to play? Verts looked decent when he was coming on. Things were taking over. But the rest, I can't really speak of. I don't, with Kirkes, I don't get me wrong. I think the manager's not playing him to his strengths by doing it inverted, but I also think he looks like he does things where he doesn't think all the time. I don't, like someone say if they're like, I don't know if it's ADHD or something, but he looks like, I don't know, man. He looks like.
I just think he's been played wrong.
No, I don't think it's only that though, because when you look at him, sometimes he looks like he's trying too hard. It gives me, gives me Alberto Moreno vibes, where it's like nosebleed, rush of blood to the head. Sometimes where it's like, I know you want to do well, but
you're impressed.
He looks like he wants to go to ground a lot. Whereas it's like you don't. For me, the position I played left back, you don't just slide for the sake of sliding. Try and stay on your feet. You only slide, for me, if you think you can win the ball, or it's lot, or maybe like you kind of have to slide to get him cool. But most of the time, you stand the player up, stand him up, don't give him the option of his stronger foot, make him go to his weaker foot. Whereas he looks like every chance he gets, he wants to slide, and when he misses that slide, we've got a big, massive space behind.
Well, 4 losses in a row. If we lose on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday we play this week? I think it is Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
If we lose on Wednesday against Frankfurt, then that's the first time we've lost 5 in a row since 1953.
Wait, when we were in the Klopp era for COVID, did we not lose 6 in a row?
No.
I'm sure we lost, or wasn't it 6 home games back then?
Might be 6 home games, something like that, yeah. We had a bad home form at one point. We were unbeaten at home for ages, and then we lost a couple in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, do I have faith in that going into that game? I'd be lying to you if I did. I'd be lying to you if I said I did.
It's bleak right now, but for me, as fans, we got to always back our team, man. And like I said, we're always there. Everyone's always there quickly when everything's going well. We're jumping up and down. We got a lot to say. We got a lot of chest. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Barna said not consecutively regarding the losses.
What's that?
On TikTok, Barna said not consecutively regarding the losses.
Who said that?
Someone on TikTok.
All right. But yeah, I think we got to back our team. And I think all it takes is getting one win. But for me, I'm not ever going to lose faith in the team. But if I see Slots not changing things, then it's kind of just showing us who is more of the problem, even though the players got to be held accountable 100%.
Yeah.
If he doesn't start changing things, then it's more him. So
we do think Slots, like, the major issue right now, but it doesn't take away from the
Like,
players.
so for example, if I saw us play Frankfurt and we lost, obviously I'm not saying I would be happy, but he changed the formation, he changed the personnel, he played the players who deserve to play and dropped the players who should be dropped. And you actually saw some style of play, you saw some rhythm, you saw that they were actually playing as a team, even though we lost. A lot of the fan base you'll be a lot more positive because you're like, okay, he saw some mistakes, he changed it, he changed the style of play. The team's working more as a team. You see some patterns of play. So for me, like I said, the games are coming thick and fast for me.
I don't know what to make it. If he did change the team, I don't know what to make it because I still think they'll see the same football. I need to say change the system more so than changing personnel.
For me, if he kept the same, but say if he probably does keep the same system, I think for now, I just have a feeling. Say if he kept the same system, but he played the players who came off the bench and they started. I think they're more suited to that system. The one touch, two touch. They're more technical players. You might actually get a result against Frankfurt with only, but that's only if he plays a Chiesa, he plays a Ekatike, he plays Wirtz, he plays Curtis Jones. But I don't think he's going to change the formation. So I'm just hoping that at the minimum he can do is
put it this way, Reece.
The personnel. That's what I'm hoping.
Put it this way, we've got to score goals against Frankfurt. Frankfurt let goals in for fun. So I don't want to hear this nonsense about Frankfurt playing like this, so it's hard to break them down. Bollocks. They concede 3 goals every week. Frankfurt let goals in for fun this season. So we've got to score at least 2. I don't care what.
United let goals in for fun.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't want to hear this excuse. If we lose to Frankfurt, I am draw to Frankfurt.
I'm not making excuses.
I'm not from you. I went from slot. If I excuses of long ball or hard to break down, bollocks. There's no hard to break down this year for Frankfurt. They're good at attacking, but defensively,
I'm not making excuses, but I'm not more looking at it that United can see loads of goals. And look, for me, he's got to get tactics right, man. Like I said, we should win the game, but the way these are playing right now, I wouldn't put it past him not to get a result. But what will give me some hope or will tell me what I need to know is the lineup. If I see what lineup it is, that's going to tell me everything. That's going to tell me whether Slot's willing to change, whether his head's been given a wobble. I don't know, whether his wife's giving him a talking to one of the players. Someone has made him see a little bit, try something different. So
I can give you 3 words, somebody. Keep the ball.
I'm trying to understand. Please, panel, name 3. That's the only thing I can say.
Keep the ball.
He wants to keep the ball, but
that's
too much. It's too
keep the ball and pass.
It's too slow. It's too slow as well, man. It's got to speed it up.
Thank you for watching tonight. Anyway, like I said, I don't really want to just kick off. I don't like this kicking off and slot out sort of things. I want genuine football conversations and genuine concerns to be had. But again, people that slot out and whatever, doing crash outs, whatever, I think that's too far. But then there's also people that go too far on the other side where they can't criticize slot for whatever reason because we won the league. That's bollocks as well. Yeah, we need to see something different slot on Wednesday. Simple as that.